In this trinomial factor, our a is not 1. Our a is a number. So the way that we solve for this one is a little bit different than the previous one. So let's learn how to do that. The first thing we need to know is write down the actual formula. ax² plus bx plus c. Our a here is 2, our b here is 7, our c here is 3. So in order to solve for this, the first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna multiply a to c, which is gonna be 2 times by 3. So it's 2 times 3 equals 6. All right. And we know already our b is 7. So we're gonna go and find for two numbers. Then when you multiply them together, it gives you 7. Sorry, when you multiply them together, it gives you 6. And when you add them together, it gives you 7. Okay, so think of it this way. A times c is gonna be what? The multiplication number. In the previous questions, for example, let me use this example, like x² plus 7x plus 12. Like in this example, we actually did the same thing. Because we were looking for two numbers, then when you multiply them together, it gives you 12. And when you add them together, it gives you 7. But since here, the number was 1, I wasn't telling you guys to go multiply 12 by 1 and see what it's going to give it to you. Because it was 1. So already go ahead, I would tell you use the just 12. But since in this question, in this format, a is not 1, we have to multiply a and c together in order to find the number, like the result of the multiplication. All right, so let's go back to solving our question. So we are looking for two numbers. Then when I add them together, it gives me 7. When I multiply them together, it gives me 6. What I'm thinking about 1 and 7. Because when I add them, 1 and 6. I don't know why I made a mistake. So 1 and 6. So 1 plus 6 gives me 7, and 1 times 6 gives me also 6. So how are we gonna write it down? We're gonna, instead of 7, 6, we're gonna write down 1x and 6x. So we're gonna write down here 2x² plus 6x plus 1x or x, which I'm going to write x plus 3. So you see this middle term, we expand the middle term. We split the middle term. This is why they call AC method, splitting the middle term. Okay, so after that, we're going to group the terms. How can I'm going to group the terms? I'm going to take a look because I'm thinking about like the future grouping. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna write down 2x² plus 6x bracket plus x plus 3. So from the first bracket, what I can take factor from is 2 and x. So I'm gonna write down 2x. So 2x² divided by 2x is like x. 6x divided by 2x is 3. I have plus. From this one, from the second bracket, I cannot take anything out, so I'm just gonna write down like nothing here. So I'm gonna write down 1. It's gonna be x plus 3. Since I cannot take anything out, I can take only factor of 1, like because 1 is like a common number. So Since these two brackets are same, I know I have solved it correctly, so it's going to be 2x plus 1 and then x plus 3. So this is the final factor form. Okay, and if you want to make sure, if you want to check it, how can you check it? So simple thing, you just need to multiply these two together. So how again it's going to be? It's going to be 2x multiplied by the whole bracket and then 1 multiplied by the whole bracket. Let's just check it so you guys can see how can you do if you don't know you did that correctly. So 2x times x is 2x squared. 2x times 3 is 6x. 1 times x is x. 1 plus 1 times 3 is 3. So the answer I have is 2x squared. And then 6x plus x, I have 7x plus 3. And this is my answer. And let's do the original. Yes, this is the original. So I can say the check is correct. We have solved it correctly. So let me give you the next example for that. And this one is going to be 3x squared plus 8x plus 4. Okay, so let me solve it. The first thing you're going to do, always write down the actual formula. Plus bx plus c. Define what your a is. So our a is 3. Just gonna use a different color. So our a is 3. Our b is 8. And our c is 4. So remember, you need to multiply a and c together in order to find the result of the multiplication. So I'm gonna write that here. A times c equals 3 times 4 is 12. So let's find the numbers. I'm looking for two numbers that when I add them together, it gives me 8. And when I multiply them together, it gives me 12. Okay, so let's think about it. 3 times 4 gives me 12. But if I add them together, it doesn't give me 8. 6 times 2 gives me 12. And when I add them together, it gives me 8. So I have 6 and 2. Bingo, we found our number. So instead of 8x, we're going to write down 2x and 6x. I'm going to move this whole thing to the right side. Okay, so I'm going to have space here to write the solution. So you can see both the example and the solution. So I'm going to keep my 3x here, 3x squared. So what I'm going to write down, I'm going to say 3x squared instead of 8x. I'm going to write down plus 6x plus 2x plus 4. And let's group them together. So I'm going to write down 3x squared plus 6x plus bracket 2x plus 4. From the first bracket, I can factor 3x. So I'm going to have x plus 2 plus. From the second bracket, I can only factor 2. So I'm going to have x plus 2. When I take a look, I can see both these brackets are equal. It's both x plus 2. It means everything is correct. So my answer is going to be 3x plus 2 and then x plus 2. So this is our result for this example. I'm gonna give you another example. So our next example would be this one. 4x squared minus 4x minus 3. Let's deal with negative numbers. The first thing I always recommend, write down the actual formula. plus bx plus c. Define your a, b, c. The a here is 4, your b is negative, is minus 4, and your c here is negative 3. Remember, multiply a and c together. So the a is 4 times c, which is negative 3, is negative 12. Then you're going to think about you need two numbers, and you multiply them together. It gives you negative 12, and when you add them together, it gives you negative 4. What those numbers can be? I'm thinking about 3 and 4. If I multiply, like 6 and 2 works. But 6 and 2, I'm gonna say negative 6 and positive 2. Negative 6 times 2 is negative 12. And negative 6 plus 2 is negative 4. Bingo, we got our numbers. So the answer is going to be 4x squared. Instead of negative 4x, we're going to write down negative 6x plus the 2x. This is instead of the negative 4x, because we found the numbers. Minus 3. So we're going to regroup them. So this is the part that you need to be careful. What I'm going to do, I'm not going to regroup 4x squared with the 6x. Sorry. Yes, with the negative 6x. Because in that case, with the 2x and negative 3, I don't have anything to factor out. So what I'm going to try, I'm going to factor negative 3 with negative 6x. So I can factor negative 3 out, or 3. And then I'm going to factor 4x squared plus the 2x. So I'm going to write down 4x squared plus the 2x plus negative 6x minus 3. So what I'm going to factor from the first bracket is going to be 2x. So I'm going to have x plus 1 plus. What I can factor from the second bracket, it's going to be minus 3. So I have minus 3 here. So I'm going to have 2x plus 1. I did minus 3. Oh, here I have 2x, sorry. My mistake. So here I did minus 3 because I wanted these two brackets to be similar. Because once it's similar, I know I solved it correctly. So the final answer would be 2x minus 3 and then 2x plus 1. So this would be our final exam, our final answer for this question. I'm going to give you some additional practices so you can practice at home. If you have any questions and if you have trouble in answering these practices, so please let me know in the comments so I can make a video and give you the correct answer for them. So the first practice I'm going to give it to you is going to be 5x squared plus 13x plus 6. The next one would be 2x squared minus 9x minus 5. And the third one would be 3x squared minus 11x plus 6. So this is your practice. Please try to solve them. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Or maybe I'm gonna make a video to answer these questions. So thank you for watching my video. Please like and subscribe if you like the video, and if you have any ideas that you want me to cover any topic in grade 10, grade 11, grade 12, so please let me know in the comments. So I'm gonna make videos regarding them. Thank you so much. Good luck in your exams and your homework. Have a good day. Bye.